What happened to this guy when he back time?
Okay, you guys are back on the ship. No immediate threats. You finally get to sit down and have some food.
I'm eating this.
Everybody mark 1 stress. It's fine, it's fine. I just inhaled wrong. Go ahead and mark another stress. Okay, well, I'm going to watch it more closely. Cool. You're watching him. Nothing happens. Yet. Kane, you're trying to get air, so make a stamina roll. Okay. Hold on. That triggers panic. Okay, panic roll. That's a 5. Plus 3 stress, minus 1 resolve, so a 7. A 7? You freeze. You're locked in fear. Your hands are stuck to the table. You can't do anything. You're aware that something is happening, but there's nothing you can do about it. Suddenly, the pressure in your chest gets worse. Nah, man, nah. Something inside is pushing back. Pushes back how? Like it's pressing against bone from the inside. You feel your ribs strain. I stand up. I'm not sitting anymore. You feel heat, then tearing, wet and messy tearing. Oh no. Suddenly your chest splits open as this thing starts pushing its way through your muscle. Blood splatters on the table and all the other crew members. I'm backing away from the table. Something pale and slick forces its way out. What is it? Small, violent, angry. It screams. It screams? Everyone gain 1 stress. I'm standing on my chair. It rides once, then it drops off the table, and it's gone. Kane, you're dead. Guess I'll play a different character. So we're all at high stress now? Mm-hmm. And when do we get stress relief? When you're safe, when you can rest, when nothing's trying to kill you. So not now. Definitely not now.
Dice throwers and rock and rollers, we need you more than ever now.
So that opening bit wasn't just a joke. That's actually how Alien RPG works at the table. The game is designed to make you feel uncomfortable before anything bad happens, and then it basically makes sure that you don't handle it well when bad things do happen. Alien RPG is a tabletop role-playing game set in the Alien universe. You play space truckers, scientists, marines, colonists, normal people doing dangerous jobs in a universe that absolutely does not care if you survive. This is not a combat-first game. It's a horror game, and the rules are built to support that. The starter set is exactly what it sounds like, everything you need to play right out of the box. You get streamlined rules, pre-generated characters, reference sheets, initiative, panic, and agenda cards, stress tokens, a supply tracker, custom dice, a double-sided map, and even a xenomorph miniature, which, if you know anything about me, makes me very, very happy. This box is designed to get you playing immediately, and it teaches the system through play instead of dumping the rules on you. Stress is front and center, and that is not an accident. When you do something risky, you roll dice based on an attribute and a skill. Any 6 is a success. But when things get tense, you gain stress. Stress adds extra dice, which actually helps you succeed, but those dice can also trigger panic. That's the trade-off. You get better at pushing through danger, but you're also closer to losing control. If a stress die comes up as a 1, you make a panic roll. And this is important. Panic doesn't create the monster. Panic tells you how badly your character handles it when the monster shows up. The core rulebook expands everything. Full character creation, detailed stress and panic rules, combat, stealth, starships, vehicles, long-term campaign play. If you want to live in this universe beyond one-shots, this is where that happens. And this is the Evolved Edition. It's not just a reprint. The layout is cleaner, tables are easier to read, rules are grouped more logically so you're not flipping all over the book during play. Combat and actions have been streamlined, actions are clearer, armor now reduces damage flat instead of adding extra rolls. A bunch of fiddly subsystems from the original edition were removed to keep the game moving. Stress and Panic were refined. Panic is less swingy, more readable, and influenced by a new stat called Resolve. You're still fragile, but outcomes feel more intentional instead of chaotic. They also added optional life paths for character backstories and a full solo play mode called Last Survivor so you can play without a game mother. And one big structural change, the original intro adventure is no longer in the core book. It lives here in the starter set, where it honestly belongs. Alien RPG supports two main styles of play. Cinematic play is short, intense, and deadly. Characters are disposable, survival is not guaranteed, and it's designed to feel like a movie. Campaign play is longer, but still dangerous. Survival comes from caution, teamwork, and knowing when not to act. Once you got the basics down, Rapture Protocol is a great next step. This is a full cinematic adventure set. You get a scenario book, a double-sided map showing the Starfreighter, Fidanza, and the Jeremiah 6 mining base, 5 pre-generated characters, agenda and NPC cards, tokens, and player handouts. It's designed for 3 to 5 players and a game mother, and it works as a standalone story or the first chapter of the Jeremiah saga. What makes Alien RPG work is that the rules don't wait for combat to create fear. Stress builds quietly, panic sits in the background, and when something finally goes wrong, the system doesn't protect you. If you want a tabletop game that actually feels like Alien, where tension comes first and survival is never guaranteed, this is absolutely one of the strongest horror RPGs out there. And in case you were wondering why everyone panicked earlier before that creature showed up, that's the point. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.